It's Bill, and you tuned in to Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 618, right here on PARockShow.com, megarockradio.net, 107.1 KFGD, St. Louis, Missouri, altrockradio.ca in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, xrpradio.co.uk in the Highlands of Scotland, newly in the Highlands. They left Birmingham, United Kingdom. Also on the beaches of San Diego, California, via rootaroораdio.com, the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania, buildascene.com/radio. And I'm sure I forgot somebody. We'll go with those ones. One day I will do it without forgetting. With me on episode number 618 currently are Tony and Brian from the Redlines. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, Bill.
Jason was here. I'm assuming he's having a little bit of technological difficulty. Probably like me trying to say that word just now. My 11-year-old daughter was trying to correct the pronunciation of a word earlier for me, and I was like, listen, I just can't say it tonight.
It happens some days, man.
There's Jason, and he is rotated.
Hey, there he is.
I'm on the computer. I forgot how to work the computer.
Yeah, it's that on button. It's got that universal little slash in the. You got it.
Yeah, that's cool. I figured that out tonight. I learned something new. I just retained knowledge.
So you recently released your EP Kick Out Today. I was looking after we scheduled this. You guys, Brian, you were on in 2017 last.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's been that long?
Yeah.
But we did talk on an SOS episode, which is probably what threw me.
All right.
So that was let me think, what album did we talk about that night?
2017.
The Road Can Go On, maybe?
It would have had to have been the EP of This Road Can Go On, which did end up being half of the full-length album that we released last year called Bones Under the Morning Sun,
which I have played on the show. I can't remember which track I played on it, but I did get it.
All right, it's probably Panic Attack, I think.
But to put that in a little bit of perspective, so the last episode number you were on was 366. And we're now on 618.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
So tell me a little bit about the recording process with the new EP, where it was recorded, anything cool that happened while you were doing it.
Tony,
things that you don't want to share.
You want to start that out, and then I'll talk about some of the cool stuff with like the squirrels.
Yeah. So we recorded it at the Oxide Shed in Athens, Ohio, which is actually the home studio of Eddie Ashworth, who is a producer that some people might know from his work with Sublime or Great White or Slightly Stupid, some of those Southern California bands from the mid to late 90s to early 2000s. Those were a lot of bands that especially Brian and I were huge fans of when we were growing up. So to be able to work with Eddie was just an awesome experience. And I think we were there maybe 5 weekends throughout the summer and fall of 2021. Yeah. And so
we started the last weekend of June, the end of June, really beginning of July, and then we wrapped it up in mid-December.
So it was always every weekend was what we've been calling a rock and roll sleepover, rock and roll summer camp, because we would just go to Eddie's for a weekend, a long weekend, and just
we'd
record and then head home on Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good experience too, because getting to hang out with Eddie afterwards and just talk about music, talk about his experiences with Sublime and stuff like that was pretty cool. And then it gave us a chance to really talk about what we recorded that day and other ideas we had. So it wasn't like we just cut off when we were done for the day and we were gone. It was like we got to even keep talking about it as the day went on. So I think that helped as we kind of built up the tracks. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. In terms of stories, the first weekend we were there, I think we were just we're getting ready to leave, and he's telling us about his shoulder injury, and asked if we could take his garbage out. He's got a lot. His driveway is longer than my driveway. I'm about 300 yards back, maybe, and he's like maybe 400 yards back. And it was 2 cans of garbage that I took out for him. This was after, because of the shoulder injury, after I went up and tried to board up a part of his house, his wooden siding, and squirrels had chewed through and made a nest. So we waited till we thought they were out, and Tony and I got a ladder out. I went up and I constructed some sheathing to fit, and I nailed it up there to keep them out. And then I think, was it the next day or the next time we came back, like 2 weeks later, I think it was that same day or that same session, the next day, that we realized, oh shit, one was inside.
Whoops.
I had to take it back out and start all over. And yeah, it was a process. It was actually documented in a lot of our monthly wrap-up videos, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. But it's Brian versus the Squirrels. So
now I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Yeah, we ended up doing a lot of housework for him while he was injured, and
Yeah, we did his dishes.
I think
dinner. Yeah.
He let us record a little bit extra.
Yeah. I one time I got a step stool in his downstairs bathroom. I took all the painter's tape off the top ceiling trim that had been like there for 5 years.
Oh man.
So yeah, we did housework in exchange for rock and roll stories. It was probably about the third or fourth, or maybe it was even the last trip there. I think it was actually in December, where I finally asked him about what Sublime was like. He told us a little bit of stories before, but I wanted to, like, if you listen to Sublime, you their lyrics and stuff, you're like, these guys, there's no way. Like now, like we have fresh strings on our guitars. We have them, the intonation checked. We have them kind of in tip-top shape to record. And I'm like thinking one time, like, there's no way that these guys are stoners. They're meth heads or speed freaks. There's no way that they have their stuff together. And so I asked to try to confirm that, and I was spot on. So he told us some stories that were what you'd expect, van rolling up to the studio, Brad rolling out, puking into the parking lot, going, session's canceled. This was like 3 hours late with the session. Like if it was 4 o'clock, the van rolls up, he stumbles out, pukes everywhere, and says the session's canceled, jumps back in, and they drive off. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that was the PG-13 story. I think there was a couple R-rated stories we can't repeat on here. Yeah.
So Sandro is here, but
Yes.
his mic is muted and his camera is off.
He's in StreamYard Abyss.
I sent him a private chat. I don't know if he even knows to look for it.
Yeah, Tony will.
Hey, I figured it out. I figured out how to do it. Sandro.
Yeah,
if I
no
could do
offense.
it,
If Jay's got it, there's no excuse.
Yeah, I mean, if I could do it, there's no excuse. Yeah.
But hey,
So my next question might be the most important one. I watched the video for Running with the Pack,
thank
and
you.
I have to ask, how many takes did you guys do? Because I know I would have only been able to do one, and I probably wouldn't have made it through.
I was pretty sore for a while after that video. It was a lot of running. Yeah.
Well, I don't think the running takes were that many. I mean, it's pretty hard to screw running up.
The acting takes were.
Ask me about my daughter.
But there was time where it was kind of hard though, because at first you're like, all right, I got to remember to run strong, and then it's like, okay, later you got to kind of run. It's just slowing down, and it's hard to judge whether am I running slow enough so that when you're watching it, it'll look slow. So that was, I don't know if I think we conveyed the message, but there are still times where it's like, one of us, whoever I'm talking about, I don't know, but should have been maybe running a little slower. Even me, I think.
My 4-year-old nephew picked up on it. He's like, "You were running, and then you got tired." I'm like, "Oh, good. He figured it out." So I think if he can get it, everybody else can get it. I hope.
Who did you guys do the video as a self-release, or did you have some help with that?
Yeah, that was pretty much all us. We had a friend come out to help us shoot any of the shots where we had all 4 of us in it. And then we had Jay Woolley from Woolley Bullies out in New Brighton. He helped us out too. He opened up the bar for us, and so we could do those bar scenes.
That was the hand in the bar. That was Jay Woolley's hand.
Yeah, that was just an excuse so we could have a beer during the day.
It was a nice sunny day that Sunday, and after that we sat around the bar for a little bit and had a drink. That was nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good day, and
it's always a good day when you're day drinking.
And it was just guerrilla video shooting on the streets of Beaver and New Brighton and wherever else we were at. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What's the favorite memory you have while performing as the Redlines?
Are we talking like maybe a specific show in general, or a favorite 2-second period of time?
However you want to answer.
Okay. Well, here's 2 cool things. I was present for both of them, but only realized one of them was actually going on. It was at least 5 years ago. I think it was about 5 years ago. Maybe we played a benefit show in Butler at Speed Freak Motorsports for the Butler Police Department, and the Speed Freak stage is outside. The location has changed now, but at this location, the stage was outside, right in front of train tracks. So we were playing a cover song at that point. We were playing Powderfinger by Neil Young. Utah Burgess was joining us. He was playing harp. And as we were playing, the train came by. So we're playing right in front of a rolling train for
like 10, 15 feet. Like it was close.
It was close enough and not unexpected enough that I screwed the song up, and it took a minute to get it back together. Not expecting the train to come by. And then recently at Buzzbin in Canton, we were playing, and the back door was open to the back deck, and apparently a bat flew in and circled above us. Somebody swatted it down. There was a bunch of screaming, and I was none the wiser. I had no idea, but everybody else apparently in the band knew what was going on. And I was see that what happens when you're the guy who rocks out the most in the band. You miss the good stuff.
Right.
I thought they were screaming because we were so good. I thought, hey, we got some girls screaming. It's like the Beatles, and it was actually a bat flying around.
It's like, yes, we finally got it.
We made it. Yeah.
I was in a choir loft at a church one time, and a bat came in and was flying the laps in the ceiling, and it was a children's choir that I was watching, monitoring. It wasn't going well. There's Sandro. Let me pull him in.
Oh, see, now he's got his camera the wrong way.
He does.
Sandro. Horizontal, man. Everything's horizontal.
We live in a horizontal world.
Oh, wait. All right. We'll turn it. How's that?
You got to.
I mean, you really can't tell because it's dark.
Yeah.
It is dark. I'm in a car. Sorry. It's one of those days. I apologize. Hey, let's do this. How's that? Is that better?
Oh yeah, look at you. Now you got the spotlight.
Yeah, right. But yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry about that.
So let's run in from the favorite memory to an embarrassing moment that's happened on stage, but you can't tell me one where you embarrassed yourself. I want to hear where somebody else in the band embarrassed you. So something that's maybe Tony did that Brian thought was embarrassing or Jason thought was embarrassing.
Do we have any of those?
We've been pretty lucky. I can't think of any. I mean, I'm sure anytime I open up my mouth, it's embarrassing to everybody else. But we're pretty lucky, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I almost put my headstock through Tony's eyeball once, but like,
you've almost fallen on me a bunch of times as you're jumping around.
I have
All of a sudden,
terrible balance on stage, man.
Yeah, you knocked my guitar out too once or twice jumping around. I remember that. Yeah. Nothing like. I was more angry at you than embarrassed.
Yeah. Let me see. Embarrassing moments.
What about Sandro? Sandro, have we embarrassed you over the past year?
Yeah, that time whenever like I got on a call when I was still driving, like 3 minutes ago. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know, embarrassed.
And then you kept the camera on and just walked us through your house.
Yeah, that time there.
That time,
see all of my mess. Boy,
you'd be surprised how often this happens.
I don't think I've been quite embarrassed just yet, but I'm working on it.
It's early. We got time.
We got time. Yeah. We got time.
Maybe we just have a high bar of getting embarrassed.
That's right.
Do a lot of people do you ask this question often?
I do.
And do people have people, I assume so, or you'd stop asking the question?
I've probably I can't remember. It's come up a few times where a band member has gotten sick on stage and hasn't made it to the restroom.
Now, is this like legitimately sick, or you just drank?
No. This isn't throwing up.
Oh, like they should.
Yeah.
I'll try not to swear.
There was
they
one
themselves.
There was one where they were playing in a dog park, and the dog relieved itself on the amp.
Oh,
a band was playing live in a dog park?
Yep.
Why?
Why?
Sign us up.
Where? Who?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back. It's 618 episodes, Brian.
Why would you play in a
I just told you I can't even remember how to pronounce words tonight.
Yeah. That's just a weird place to play a dog park.
Well, see, now you've segued for me and didn't even know it. What is a non-normal venue that you would like to play at? Like Kiss has played in the ocean to sharks, and Metallica has played in Antarctica, and Van Halen's played on the roof of whatever that building was in New York. What's somewhere where you normally wouldn't play that you would like to play?
Bowling alleys are that's not true now because there's venues in bowling alleys.
We've done that.
A pizza shop.
You are doing perfect segues for me. We're going to come back to that. Anybody else have a non-traditional venue?
Well, I guess we're kind of doing it like getting on a bus or a truck and driving around town and just playing music. That's
I don't. If I bring back backseat guitar in the car, it's going to be mobile, and that's what it's going to be.
While drifting.
I was thinking about it the other day.
See, my next question, and you'll notice I'm not typing. I've been typing questions as I add them. You ready? Mm-hmm. What is the best pizza that you've had because you are a musician? So either on your way to a venue, at a venue, or on your way home.
Well,
And
when Woolly Bullies,
Woolly Bullies.
Yeah.
when they had pizza there.
And that
Oh,
pizza
so
was
good.
hands down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people that played shows there just because of the pizza.
So I guess this is a endorsement for Vic's Pizza then now, which is in
It's now,
Bridgewater.
yeah, it's now Vic's. Yeah, I guess.
And
So,
that
yeah.
was like anonymous. See, it's been that kind of day. Have I mentioned it's May and I teach kindergarten through 8th graders?
Ooh.
Can't even imagine that.
And then I come home to 2 6th graders and an 8th grader.
Also, it never ends.
All right, so I asked this question. If this was a venue that a band played it a lot, oversaturation, that's this question on the show.
Okay.
So you're leaving a gig and you're walking down the street, taking your stuff back to your vehicles, and there's a DeLorean sitting there with its door open with the flux capacitor in it. And, since you can go to anywhere in time, you can bring it back at the exact same time so nobody will know you stole it. Where are you going in the time continuum, and what band are you going to hang out with while you're there?
Oh, I'd have to go see Bob Marley in Jamaica.
I'd go to Monterey, see Hendrix. I'd hang out with. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably be in the late '60s, early '70s with some of the rock and metal that was coming out at that time.
I'm gonna be with the Who, the early Who. I'll be in the passenger seat of Keith Moon's car.
Mhm.
I don't know if I do that.
Yeah, that might be dangerous.
We'll go with segue from with Tony this time. All right, so you guys are out on tour, and for some reason, you made the choice to let me drive your bus. Don't do that. What are we going to be listening to in between stops?
Oh,
Well, I would probably take over the radio.
a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. But my listening is so varied. It depends on the season. It depends on the time of the day. So maybe I'll let somebody else answer.
I think if Brian could be a professional Spotify playlist creator, like that would be his
Yeah,
perfect
that'd be fun.
job. Just like if he could be the guy that picks out all those like the mood playlists, like
Yeah.
rainy day or sunny day at the beach, that would be what he needs to do.
I do. I have fireside nights. I have all kinds of mood playlists. Down and dirty. No.
La 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 la.
That's what we'd be listening to, Bill.
The down and dirty.
Yeah.
Let's pause here and
You want
talk
to hear
about-
that down and dirty playlist, don't you?
Don't give it away. Let's take a moment here and why don't you tell us a little bit about your song running with the Pack? Talk a little bit about the video, but why don't you give us a little bit of insight and then we'll take a listen to it.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk about that one. So Jay had this riff that he brought to the band, a 12-string guitar riff. So I was supposed to be working on that one night, on that song, trying to progress that further. We had some chords and stuff. But anyway, so I sat down to work on that, and I just kept getting pulled at and bit by my dog, who this is my first time dog owner. We bought an Akita at 2 months, and it was now 4 months. So, it's still pretty big at 4 months. And he just had been, it was the 2-week period of time where he was just tearing me up, and like scratches all over the place, bite marks, scabs from previous bite and scratch marks. So I was trying to get him to leave me alone, trying to write this song, getting mauled by this dog. So that's where my focus turned. I just started strumming guitar, brand new chord progression, and just started singing about my dog ripping me to shreds, tearing me up. And I was thinking about, like, you know, if I was walking my dog and I had a heart attack and died, would he eat me alive or would he go get help? So all these things are contributing to the lyrics of these song to this song as I'm writing it. And a few stanzas in, I'm like, oh, I can't write this song about my dog. That's not too rock and roll. So I had to figure out a way to make it into a rock and roll song. So, you know, it had the male female dynamic, but I decided to put a twist on it where, you know, it was the female who was the predator and it was the male who was the prey. And so that's kind of where we ended up with that song. And there was a little bit of influence from the band Gaslight anthem. I think it was Here's Looking at You, Kid, where he talks about women's rip you to shreds with, you know, the claws, rip your heart out. I forget exact line at the time, but so I took a little bit of influence from that and just made it into a fun glam rock song, and decided to not try not to sing it too much. And I kind of did it in like maybe a Lou Reed style, or if you're familiar with Wayne Jane County, who was a transvestite from New York.
Nope.
That was my vocal inspiration for that.
Okay, so I told you that I did some prep work, and I still messed up the beginning of the show. So we listened to some songs before we came on to talk to the Redlines, and I didn't even mention who we listened to. So we started things off with King Catfish in the song Neptune Street. Then you heard from a band called Black Flower Season and their song This Is Where You Escape. And then we started talking with Brian and Tony and Jason. And then a little later, Sandro joined us. And now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to 2 tracks before we come back and talk with the Redlines a little bit more. What you're going to hear first is the Borstal Boys and their song Walking Away, which features, now I blanked on his name, Gallo Loch Ness. A little bit of hip hop in there. And then right after that, we will listen to the Redlines and there's a new track running with the back. And we will be back with them for a few more questions. For anyone who is tuned into the video or goes back and watches the video, you don't get to hear the song now. You'll have to wait until Friday, 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. You can go to buildascene.com. It'll be there as long as I figure out how to fit editing in. Normally I do it on Thursdays, but my kids have a band and choir concert.
Oh, wow.
And they're
singing the way of everything.
They're both, all 3 of them are in band and choir. So I can't even like go, oh, we'll watch the band and we'll leave. Nope, it's gotta stay. Plus my wife works at the school.
Choir
so,
at the end, you're like, oh, that.
plus my wife works at that school, so I'm stuck.
You gotta help clean up.
No, thankfully. So anyway, it should be there at 6 a.m. on Friday. It'll start streaming on the different radio stations at 8 p.m. on buildthescene.com/radio. And all the various times that you can find it elsewhere are listed on buildthescene.com. Hover over podcast, click the Pennsylvania Rock Show. There's a schedule there, and episodes 289 through 618 are available on the website. The first 288, they were live in my living room, and there were, they don't need to be on there. With that said, we're going to come back, and I have a few more questions for you guys, and I'll let you go. I can't tell how much time's left in the Penguin game, but it's still 4-3 Rangers. Oh, it's only 1 minute and 7 seconds.
There's your good luck charm.
Oh. Hey, we're gonna hold on.
We're just gonna sit here and watch Bill watch the Penguins.
You might.
Yeah, we'll talk about your reaction when it happens. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right, we're gonna come back. You ready? Hey, you just heard the Bristol Boys and their song "Walking Away" featuring Gallo Loch Ness, and then right after that, you heard the Redlines "Running with the Pack." Those gentlemen happen to be hanging out with me tonight, and if you're just tuning in, you missed the whole first half of the show. So you have to go to buildascene.com and listen to it again. So they're 24/7, so there's no excuses. You can listen whenever you want, like in your car when you're driving an hour to work. Or is that just me?
That's just you.
It'll be 30 seconds to get to work now.
This is where I work.
Yeah.
I'm at work right now.
It's my office.
Well, for about 6 months, this was where I worked.
Yeah.
It's much better in the classroom than sitting in front of the camera. All right, so I do have a couple more questions for you guys. And this one, this is the official Build the Scene question, and unfortunately, the Rangers just scored.
Oh.
I think this one's over. So this is the official Build a Scene question. It is, who is your Dave Grohl? And what I mean by that is, what band, famous band or musician, do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their original songs? And the reason the question is Dave Grohl is because he and the Foo Fighters are known for bringing people out of the crowd and letting them play with them. Plus, I'm trying to interview him and he keeps ignoring me. But
who would I want to go up on stage with and perform their song at their concert?
Correct.
Okay.
Just living or dead doesn't matter.
You have a DeLorean. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, that's right, the DeLorean.
Okay.
That handy DeLorean, it always is right there.
I was going to say I'd go
say Bob Marley again.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd go and jam with Hendrix, but probably making a fool out of myself. But
with Bob
I'm
Marley,
go with
I think
early
you just
GNR.
stick a joint up there and just start smoking, and you're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Nirvana because I think that's the only band that I would feel like I could actually play their bass line.
You could hang instrumentally with.
Yeah, like I'm not going to be playing bass with the Who. Like,
that's a good point. I might say Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be good.
Sandro.
That's going to be probably early GNR for me.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
That
Stuff.
would be fun.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I cut my teeth on that stuff. Plus, they play a lot of cowbell, so can't go wrong.
Van Halen would be great. Again, I would make a fool out of myself up there, next to Eddie Van Halen. But that would seem like that would be a blast to be on stage with Van Halen.
I think if we're taking Tony's route, maybe it'd be good. Just you be really safe and say "Presidents of the United States of America."
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would want to play drums.
That would be fun, though, man.
Yeah,
they're a fun band.
Yeah, they are.
What band was it?
Pot USA.
Oh yeah.
Peaches. That's the only song I can think of.
There's Mach 5, Volcano. Those are the Kitty
on the Floor.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then the Kick Out the Jams cover, Tony.
That was another thing. That was an embarrassing thing. You were trying to play Kick Out the Jams at that bar, and you couldn't find it. You kept hitting the wrong buttons.
What bar was this?
That was out in Canton. Where we had just finished playing Buzzbin. We went there for a couple of drinks afterwards. And
you're talking about At the
after.
jukebox, not on
the
stage.
jukebox. Yeah, not on stage. Yeah.
Oh, I
But at the
thought
jukebox.
about that too, but I not that. I thought about the. I wasn't embarrassed though. I was drunk, so I wasn't embarrassed.
So he embarrassed us. Is what he said.
There's another wrap up video you can watch in one of our monthly wrap up videos from I think February. Yeah, from February, where I was pretty drunk and at the jukebox.
You spent, I think, 10 to 15 minutes just trying to find like one more song to play.
It was a good jukebox. It was a killer
No,
jukebox,
because
man.
it didn't have Huey Lewis in the
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I know. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Telling you it was
Wait,
a good
why wasn't that your
jukebox
answer?
because it didn't have
Yeah,
Huey Lewis.
yeah, really. I thought you would want to go jam with Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, Tony, you're a
right,
fake
so-
man.
Listen, Matt Franny is in like 100,000 bands, and Tony doesn't play with them. And Matt is a huge Huey Lewis fan. So now,
the Huey Lewis cover band.
so now you need to message Matt and
Yep.
and get him to join another band.
Yeah,
Making it even 10.
I
yeah.
only played one band that he was in on the show tonight.
Has there ever been a show that you've done that didn't feature a Matt Ferrante band?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. He's got to get some more bands then.
Although, just a little history for you. When I first started the show back in 2004, he handed me a plastic shopping bag full of CDs that were all local bands. And thankfully, they all said, oh, yeah, after the fact that it was okay to play their music, because I didn't know that we needed permission then. I was like, Matt told me it was okay.
Yeah.
I would think Matt Ferrante's permission to do anything is legit.
Matt Ferrante endorsed. Yeah,
Um,
that works.
Let me give you one more off the wall question. Then I have two more easy, well, hopefully easy questions for you. Then I'll let you go off into the night. Let's say there's an apocalyptic event.
Like a pandemic.
Sure. And most of the human race is wiped off the face of the earth. And all but one song from every band is also destroyed. Which the Redlines song should survive and help repopulate the earth?
Ooh. What's our lovemaking song? Like,
Yeah,
what's the-
I'm trying to think of a baby making song that we have. We don't have any baby making songs.
What's on that down? What was that Down and Dirty playlist? Do we have anything on?
Yeah,
that?
that didn't have any Redline songs.
Yeah.
It had, yeah. But that's a whole nother question in general, Jay. What would be our baby making song?
I think we got to make a
Be a
baby.
sidebar question.
Yeah, we need that should be our next. We need a baby making song for sure.
Yeah.
Wall pedal.
That'll be on the soul inspired EP that I talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think we need to document 4 middle-aged guys writing a baby making song together. Like,
Tony and I, before the Redlines, Tony and I were
Oh yeah.
we were in a reggae band called the Fire Shot, and we had a baby making song.
which one? Rub a Dub?
Yep, Rub-a-Dub.
Yeah.
That's a terrible title for a baby making song.
No, it's not.
You
You
gotta work on
Rub-a-Dub in
that.
my tub, my love.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The rules
No
were
babies
different in
were
that
made
band.
during them.
Yeah, how many babies were made from that song? None.
Oh, I was already snipped, man. I couldn't produce it. My swimmers were drowners. All right, back to the question.
This is a rock and roll discussion.
What song helps to repopulate the earth?
I mean, it could be bass line. It could be. It could be the route you guys went.
I would have to say my radio at this point. I
Really?
guess. And not just thinking new. Maybe I'm just thinking new because I can't think of old songs right now.
I'm thinking that it has to be like something that like pumps people up, that gets them excited. Like,
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yeah.
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 That's the one song that Sandro still hasn't learned yet.
We just haven't played it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we'll
that
go when
sounds-
you're ready. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
That sounds like a challenge, though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go.
We'll put that in a set list soon, so he has to learn it.
For Friday. Let's do it.
Yeah, for Friday.
Yeah.
Like we don't have enough to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you guys
so-
don't even know I wrote a new song the other day that I'm going to make you learn tomorrow, and
There you
that's
go.
one of the other ones on the list for June.
There
But
you
that's
go.
another story.
All right.
Bill?
Back to you, Bill.
So where can my listeners get a hold of your music online or track you guys down to go to a show?
All right, so we're all over the place. So first of all, we have a website, theredlines.us. So that's first and foremost. And then, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. You could start going into, all the streaming services, Spotify, Bandcamp. You could search for us. Just search for The Redlines, all one word, Redlines. And then, we're on all these other little websites too, like Reverb Nation and places like that. So we're everywhere that a band can be, we are there.
Check out the YouTube channel. Lots of
And
videos.
YouTube, I totally forgot about YouTube. Watch our videos and our monthly recap.
We only have actually like 3 music videos, but there's a lot of other crap on there too. Our monthly wrap up videos and old live performances and me bobbing up and down on a pontoon boat playing acoustic songs. I didn't do that in any other way.
In the making of our kick out today, we filmed a lot. So
little documentary.
Yeah. If you have an extra half hour and want to watch us make a record.
They can also request the Redlines on buildascene.com/radio.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what's coming up next for the Redlines? What do you have lined up besides a new song at practice?
Well, we the interesting thing of we booked recording time back in Athens for June. So we have 5 or 6 days in a row that we'll be in Athens, in the woods in Athens, recording again for an EP that we'll be releasing next year. But we did that kind of on a whim, and it was my grand or stupid idea, whatever you want to call it, to book studio time 3 months in advance, and then write songs for that, so that we could get ahead of the vinyl curve. It's all because of the vinyl production time being like 6 or 7 months out. It's why we didn't have Kick Out Today on vinyl, because we're not patient people. So I figured originally Kick Out Today was supposed to be called Kick Out Tomorrow, but as part of my great idea, I figured from Running with the Pack, there's a line in there, why kick out today when you can kick out tomorrow? So I'm like, all right, we'll name this EP Kick Out Today, and the next EP will be Kick Out Tomorrow. We'll just take the same artwork of Kick Out Today and just invert the colors, so we can do a double EP, Kick Out Today on one side, Kick Out Tomorrow on the other side, and we'll have it ready for next year. If we can get into the studio by June, get it mastered, get that stuff back in July, and get it sent off to for pressing, we can have it back in 6 months. So at that time we'll be looking at about like spring release. So
and at that point he'll have a new pool with a new deck, and
so yeah, that's we'll
bring our toolbox, and we'll make sure his house is all fixed up.
Have a new addition on the house by then.
So yeah, it's the first time ever that we had to write songs for recording that we already booked, instead of having these songs that we want to have these songs that we have written and we've been playing for months, and then it's time to record. So now we're recording brand new spanking songs, and then the jack off lead singer pulls one at the last minute almost and inserts a new one.
Wait, spanking songs? Is that like baby making songs?
I-
A little different.
Yeah. That seems to be the theme right now. Yeah.
We'll see. I'm still working on the lyrics for it. That was what I was doing right before this.
But aside from all that, with the recording too, we have a bunch of shows coming up. We have Friday, what is it, the 13th, May 13th. If anybody's watching this live, it's this Friday. We're at Woolly Bullies. Then we're
Where we
playing
filmed the Running with the Pack video.
yeah,
Some bit.
and then we're playing at Millville Music Festival, and then we head back out to Canton to play the Buzzbin in June, and then we have some shows coming up in July that I don't think they've been announced yet. So but we're going to be heading down to West Virginia, and then some other festivals in the area. Just
Bikes and barbecue in Butler.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one. Yeah.
Which night are you guys playing that?
Where they order.
We're on Friday night for that one.
Friday
Well,
afternoon, technically. 4
Yeah,
p.m.
we kick things off, I think, at 4:00.
And then we got to go somewhere else after that, but we can't say where it is yet. I think. So we have 2 gigs in one night. I think that's the first ever. We've done weekend things, but I think this is the first time we played twice in one day.
Yeah, I think so.
So in the video, I just popped up the website address again, the redlines.us.
Okay.
Yep.
You have your bands in town on there,
Oh, cool.
right?
Yeah,
That's
we
your
use we have bands in town and Song Kick too.
So if you want to go see these guys live, go to the redlines.us and check out the show dates. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And
Thanks for having us.
you're welcome. You don't go anywhere yet because I made notes of things that I said I was going to tell you later. The rest of you, go ahead, Brian.
Now I can ask after when
Oh, yeah.
it's not
Oh, yeah.
live anymore.
The rest of you are going to hear some more unsigned and independent music. I have Half Will Good Day lined up for you, Charlie Barath and his song Ollie Ollie, and then Curtis and the Shakers and their song Blues Down in My Soul, which I just accidentally clicked. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, good. Blues Down in My Soul. And make sure you check us out each and every Friday. Release on the website at 6 a.m. On the first radio part of the things is 8 p.m. Go to sceneradio.com. And each and every first and 15th of the month, you can catch a episode of 3 Questions and a Song. And then sporadically, once a month on xrpradio.co.uk, you can catch us, as in Jonna and I, battling it out with Kat and Tiz, who are the owner and owner's fiance of XRP Radio, where we take music from our scene and put it up against the music that they play, and then the chat box discusses who wins. It sounds odd. It's actually really fun because you can come in and interact with us as well in the chat box. So that one this month for May is May 28th. If anybody wants to come hang out with us, 3 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 8 p.m. where they are.
Wow.
Anyway, so check that out. This has been episode number 618 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Don't go anywhere when the show ends because you never know. You might hear some more awesome unsigned and independent music and find your next favorite band. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right.